A royal showdown is unfolding behind closed doors. Prince Andrew, stripped of his titles and surrounded by scandal, is once again in the headlines. And this time, King Charles III has had enough. According to palace insiders, the king delivered a brutal message to his brother: "Step down, or I'll make it official." That moment marked the beginning of the end, not just for Andrew's titles, but for the last of his royal privilege. But what lies behind the walls of Windsor and a secret palace in Abu Dhabi tells an even darker story. One of power, pride, and denial. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more in-depth royal reports. For years, King Charles tolerated his brother's defiance, but this time the ultimatum was final. Prince Andrew's refusal to step aside quietly had forced the king's hand. According to sources, Charles told him bluntly, "You can resign your honors, or I'll take them myself." The disgraced Duke of York broke down. For the first time, he realized there was no path back to royal life. He'd lost his public duties, his military titles, and now even the right to call himself His Royal Highness. It was an unprecedented act, one that even the late Queen had avoided. But for King Charles, it was about protecting the crown, not family feelings. At the heart of this crisis lies Royal Lodge, a sprawling 30-room mansion in Windsor Great Park. It's not just Andrew's home, it's his fortress. He secured it in 2003, paying $1 million upfront for a 75-year lease and promising to invest $7.5 million in renovations. In exchange, he pays virtually no rent, a deal critics call royal privilege at its worst. The property is still legally protected, meaning he can stay until 2078 unless he voluntarily leaves. If he's evicted, the Crown Estate must pay him compensation, about £500,000. The public outrage has been enormous. Commentators say he's living like a royal without serving like one. And now, King Charles wants him gone, urging him to move to the smaller Frogmore Cottage, once home to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, but Andrew refuses to budge. To him, Royal Lodge isn't just a home. It's the last proof he's still royal. While Andrew clings to Windsor, revelations have surfaced about another royal residence, this time 300-400 miles away. Reports confirm that the ruling Al Nahyan family in Abu Dhabi quietly provided Andrew and Sarah Ferguson access to a lavish private palace, fully staffed and maintained all year round, hidden within one of the UAE's most exclusive royal compounds. The palace is described as a modern masterpiece of marble halls, fountains, and walled gardens. Experts value it between $10 and $15 million. But it's not his. The property belongs to the Emirati royal family, gifted as an act of hospitality, not ownership. Still, it stands ready. An opulent refuge should Andrew ever be forced out of Britain. So why hasn't he gone? Because to leave would mean exile, a silent admission that his royal life is over. And Prince Andrew, even now, cannot accept that truth. While Andrew clings to the past, Sarah Ferguson is rewriting her future. Once Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of York, she's now simply Sarah Ferguson. Her social media, branding, and business ventures have dropped all royal references. Sources say she's furious but focused, rebuilding her career without palace support. She sold her London townhouse, left former partners, and quietly hinted at a new media project, possibly another tell-all interview or documentary. Yet she's still living at Royal Lodge, not out of choice, but necessity. Her finances remain entangled with Andrew's, and without her own income, she's tied to the lease that binds them both. Friends say she dreams of moving to America, where audiences are more forgiving. But until then, she stays, in a mansion that now feels more like a cage than a home. Andrew's link to the Middle East runs deep. From 2001 to 2011, he served as Britain's special representative for international trade and investment, traveling frequently to the Gulf states. He forged close friendships with powerful families in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, including the very royals who later offered him refuge. Those relationships gave him prestige long after Britain turned its back. He attended races, investment summits, and high society gatherings in the region, maintaining his image among the elite, even as his reputation crumbled at home. It was during this time that the Abu Dhabi Palace arrangement quietly came into being. Part gratitude, part diplomacy, part escape plan. Royal historian Andrew Loney says bluntly, "The only way this story ends is if Andrew leaves Windsor and vanishes abroad." So far, he's refused to do either. For King Charles III, Andrew's defiance is more than a family embarrassment. It's a threat to the crown's credibility. The king's vision is to modernize the monarchy. Fewer working royals, more accountability, less extravagance. But Andrew's presence at Royal Lodge sends the opposite message. Parliament has already questioned why a disgraced royal occupies taxpayer property. Palace aides are desperate to find a solution, yet the lease legally protects him. Evicting him could mean a public legal battle and millions in compensation. So the king plays the long game. Quiet pressure, hoping Andrew eventually steps down voluntarily, but Andrew remains stubborn, insisting he's done nothing wrong and determined to keep his home at any cost. Once celebrated for their glamour, the York family has become the monarchy's greatest liability. Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have quietly stepped back from public life, choosing private careers and family over royal duties. Even they, insiders say, have grown weary of defending their parents. Their charity work has slowed. Their public appearances have nearly vanished. And after the Epstein scandal resurfaced, both daughters began distancing themselves, not out of malice, but exhaustion, as one source put it. They love their father, but they know the royal brand comes first. Meanwhile, charities once supported by Sarah Ferguson have severed ties, including children's organizations that found her association no longer appropriate. The once vibrant House of York now stands isolated, its glamour long gone, replaced by financial struggle and fading influence. Royal Lodge has become a haunting metaphor, a beautiful shell hiding decay. Its grounds cost millions to maintain, its staff reduced, and its walls echo with the past. The mansion that once hosted royal receptions is now seen as a monument to stubborn pride. Andrew still walks its halls, surrounded by portraits of a royal life that no longer exists. He believes leaving would mean erasing his legacy entirely. Even Prince William has reportedly urged him to let go, quietly but firmly. But Andrew, ever defiant, insists the lease is his legal right. And so the lodge stands, half palace, half prison. 2 palaces, 2 lives, 1 fate. In Windsor, Andrew hides behind old privilege. In Abu Dhabi, a silent palace waits, empty, spotless, ready. Sarah Ferguson, ever the survivor, watches carefully. She knows her next move could define her legacy. Another tell-all interview could relaunch her or destroy what's left of her reputation. The palace fears her, because every time Fergie speaks, secrets spill, and the monarchy braces for impact. King Charles's dilemma is one of duty versus blood. Force Andrew out, and the monarchy risks division. Let him stay, and the crown's integrity erodes. But one truth remains undeniable. Time is running out for Prince Andrew. The monarchy has moved on. The world has moved on. And the man once called the Duke of York now finds himself Duke of Nothing. Royal Lodge will not protect him forever. And if the king's patience runs out again, even exile in the desert may not save him. 2 lives, 2 palaces, 1 royal downfall. Prince Andrew still clings to Windsor. Sarah Ferguson clings to reinvention. And King Charles clings to the hope that the crown can survive its most stubborn scandal. But history has already spoken. The House of York has fallen. What do you think, viewers? Should Andrew be forced out of Royal Lodge? Or should the monarchy leave him to fade in silence? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe for more royal deep dives and exclusive palace insights.